Greetings, flameborn. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Enshrouded. Episode 4, Upgrading the Altar and Strengthening the Flame. I'm here to destroy for loot. You can use your weapon to like break down stuff like this, but I would not advise it, because your weapon will break quickly. I'll read that in a minute. But this is Shroud Survival Flask, which adds Shroud timer resistance. And then we can refill the time that I just got bonused at this thing, this restore time. So now I'm going to be up to 6 minutes rather than 5. Because that flask adds +1. Archers will try to evade you, but at some point they'll like give up running. Oh, and we have critter bugs that swarm out of the nest that's behind me. And if you destroy the nest, they stop spawning. And then they also drop critter parts, which is a useful but not critical crafting material. There's some things that need critter parts, but it's not like life or death that you collect all the bugs. And they're dropping shroud spores and runes and arrows. I don't really care about the arrows because I'm not using a bow. Alright, this said, on Elixir Well, the Springs of the Elixir. Another Elixir Well is built on the back of workers, slaving away tirelessly to gouge a tunnel into the earth. The plans for this construction are otherworldly. The chasm spits fumes with every jab. The thin veils of mist cause headaches and irritate the eyes, all for the elixir. Basically, this world got addicted to elixir and ended up destroying their world for it and releasing the curse of the shroud, paying for their ambrosia, in other words. All right. At the top of every elixir well will be a return beacon, which will also replenish your enshroud time. So as you can see, my timer's back up to 7 minutes. It also gives you some like comfort, so it helps with rested bonus, but it's not going to push me beyond the like 5 minutes that I have, or above 5 minutes. As mentioned, fall damage is a big thing, easy to go splat, so be careful. But there's these metal grates that we can use to climb back up. And the shroud route is down here. Needless to say, that's not lava so much as it is like concentrated shroud soil or something. I don't think it even really has a name, but don't step on it. Don't step on it. Big ouchie, almost immediate death. Not good for your skin. Terrible skincare routine. Goop level skincare routine. So don't step on it. Absolutely not going that way. Oh, there it is. Hello, big guy. So, got hit, so you could see if I was naked without the Rising Fighter stuff, that would have hurt the head. But with the Rising Fighter stuff that I have, it's like tolerable. And down he goes, and he gave me a tainted axe. Also, my like weapon literally broke during that fight. The Enshrouded is the source of misery. Destroy it with a felling axe and prosper. Killing it gives me a skill point, and I also leveled up in the process of that fight, so I'm level 3 now. And it also clears the shroud in the area, allowing me to, like, not die to the shroud and also potentially fast travel. Yes, the shroud roots do respawn, and you don't get skill points killing them the second time. On the other hand, it checks off on your minimap, so you know that you've been there. So here's my Tainted Axe that I got, and it is a level 3 weapon that does 14 damage, a swing, and then it gets upgraded with piercing and other bonuses. So this is going to be ultimately a better weapon. I also got some legendary runes, which is useful for upgrading weapons to their top tier. Before I leave this area, it would be probably prudent to loot whatever I can, and then we'll go back topside. And I'll have you guys decide what to work on next through polling. So if you want me to try to kill a banshee with this new axe to make better gear, or build, or quest, whatever you want. No, that had nails. There it goes. Alright, that's enough of the barrels. I was hoping to get some metal scrap, but I really didn't get any. Metal scrap is more common to find at scavenger camps, so if I really wanted the metal scrap, hitting up the scavenger camp that was over this way would be a better bet anyway. Alright, forget using my feet. Let's go to Jotunheim.
Oi!
The shroud has torn Embervale asunder. Now that you brought me back to life, I don't even recognize this place. Try to get a better view at the top of the ancient spire yonder. Over yonder.
What you need.
So he can make legendary runes out of regular runes. That's a new recipe I unlocked. He's offering me the quest to climb to the top of the ancient spire and telling me that I can make a grappling hook.
Looking good.
Embervale has been reclaimed. Collect sparks and offer them at the flame altar to strengthen the flame. Sparks lie scattered around the world at flame sanctums and flame shrines. So upgrading your altar... Oh, I can upgrade my altar already because I do have a shroud core. So, strengthening the flame makes you more resistant to the shroud. And it requires sparks. And I already do have one spark that I grabbed off the flame altar that I found before. So here it is. And then if I had all the other materials, resin, penny buns, which is the mushrooms, bone, shroud liquid, animal fur, which is really not that unreasonable to collect, I would upgrade my flame level. I'm also going to use the shroud core I got to upgrade my altar. So my altar is now level 2. And I need a flame level 2 and 5 more shroud cores to get altar level 3. But as you can see, the buildable area increases. And if you are wondering about the buildable area, it went from 40 meters to 80 meters, which is a lot. It's a freaking lot. So the edge of my lot now is here. Or actually, it's easier to see here. The edge of my lot previously was where the edge of this red is here. So it went from here to all the way over here. And it increases geometrically, so it is a lot of space. It's nice. You guys want me to possibly improve my equipment or Rad's choice? So what I would like to do is I would like to go to the Ancient Spire because that's going to help me do both. Get to the top of the Ancient Spire. And what I'm going to be doing is I would like to drop a flame altar over here. And then look to collect the materials that I need to upgrade my stuff. I think it would not be unreasonable to pin the strength in the flame so that those materials... Actually, you know what? How close am I to having all those materials already? Penny buns are like all over the place, so that's easy. Bones are kind of all over the place. I already have enough. Shroud liquid is just below me. Sparks animal fur. Animal fur is maybe by bottleneck, and that's not hard to get. Yeah, you know what? You guys voted my choice. I want to strengthen the flame. Because I'm just so damn close. So I heard some animal nagging over to yonder. Oh, there you are. Give me your hide. Arguably, arrows would probably be better here, but whatever. Oh. Shoot down beehives from trees. So this was the tutorial one that I was looking for. That, like, tells you how to do that. Where'd the other one go? Oh, I also have all the skill points that I got, which I ought to spend. But now we have all the animal fur. So, I did say that I wanted to get double jump. So, I now have something called jump attack. And I'll show you what that looks like. Very useful, especially for groups. Alright, let's grab a little shroud liquid and get flame level 2. Before I go back into the shroud, let's see about upgrading this axe that I got. So we just added some cutting damage to it. And for more runes, we can add blunt damage too. But already, this thing is hitting harder than our last weapon for that bonus cutting. On top of that, it wouldn't be a terrible idea, even though I'm trying to save up for double jump. Double jump requires 3 more skill points. So for me to spend the skill point that I have right now in something like, let's say, strength. And then I can just refund it with like 1 rune when I have enough for double jump. And that 1 extra strength will allow me to do 5% more melee damage. So that I'm not like sitting on skill points and not actually benefiting from them. Hey, Xanth, thank you for the resub. So Shroud Lick is really easy to get. It's just like the Shroud mushroom bubble things in the Shroud. I mean, they're just all over the place. I could have already collected them. I just hadn't. There, got everything I needed. That's all it took. And... done. Oh, come on. I'm out of the shroud. Like 1 foot. Does uncooked meat go bad? It does not. Flame level 2. Now, another thing that is worth noting is there's a lot of skill points that are like, you gain Constitution for every flame level that you have. So there's other reasons to upgrade your flame level besides just the shroud protection. The spark of knowledge has been erupted within. Ready yourself to unveil the secrets of our past. Find the 2 ancient obelisks of the Springland to learn about the world's fate. A story of rot and fire. Only those who seek the truth shall find it. So now, in order to upgrade my altar again, I would need 5 shroud cores. To upgrade my flame, I would need more survivors that are happy. Basically, survivors that have like a sheltered bed. Plus these new resources, some of which I like don't have access to. So it's not really worth working towards because I've never seen a scavenger matron yet. But one could imagine I will eventually. And the other quest that I have here is the grappling hook and the glider. So before I go any further, we can look at the resources for that just to log
Better to be the hammer than the axe.
what we could also passively collect. So the glider costs shrouds. The glider really only costs animal fur that we don't have, I think, and the hook. Yeah, both of these we could make right now. I think that's probably the next best. You know what? I'm going to go to the Ancient Spire, I think, next, and then work on the hook and glider. Because the Ancient Spire is going to be really handy. It's really convenient, to put it bluntly. I'll keep the runes on me in my bar, just so that it doesn't try to autofill things into the bar. So, current priority is going to be the Ancient Spire, which is here. It's pretty close to the Blacksmith Vault, so I kind of already know the way. And we do have a flame altar that we can put down as a fast travel site once we're beyond the initial shroud. It's funny to be running around barefoot. So as before, we go down to the left, go up to this marker. So I'm going to set my first waypoint as this custom marker that I have. And then from there, we'll hook to the right and go up the mountain towards the spire. Roughly where we picked up the blacksmith. It would not be a terrible idea if I ended up finding banshees to kill them. And then I know that a lot of my armor requires metal scrap. And these scavenger cities like this tend to be the best source of metal scrap. So killing whatever scavengers we find in here is a good way to farm for that. Or just like breaking stuff. But killing people tends to be more fun than farming boxes. But yeah, I just got metal scrap off that barrel, for instance. I hadn't spent a lot of time, like, poking around in here last time I was here, so... Yeah, got more metal scrap. And I had looted this before. Oh, well, I guess some of metal scrap is going to become a lockpick. But things do respawn, for better or for worse. Wait, what? Okay, screw you. Self-locking chest. I think it's because I had already looted it that it's like, nope, sorry, but you can only pick it. You'll never loot it. I don't really want to go downstairs, though. I was hoping to find some scavengers on the surface here that I could kill for possible... Oh, there we go, some metal scrap. It's not a terrible idea if you find yourself with broken tools often to mark down where the repair areas are, because they're in static locations, and that way you'll easily be able to find them again. In my case, I like broke it because I blew it up, but that's because I wanted the metal scrap that was inside. And now I have 5 metal scrap. Okay. So let's go up the mountain and get to the spire. And the spire is similar to like, kind of like the visibility towers on like Assassin's Creed or something like that. Basically, you climb a giant spire, which is requires a bit of parkouring. And once you get to the top, when you have a glider, it's a really good way to glide to points of interest, because that's quite the high point. So looking at the terrain, that's where we found, straight ahead, where we found the blacksmith. Looking at the terrain, if I want to climb up there, let's just try to scurry up this way. There we go. Here's an entry point. A guarded one, maybe. Road is blocked. A grappling hook is required to cross. Okay. So here's what you could do in this case. Drop a flame altar. And then we can fast travel back to this spot anytime we want. And now it's telling us I need a grappling hook to continue, so we can work on a grappling hook. And it's pretty easy to find stone, like anywhere you go, even in other biomes. But it's one of the reasons why I always keep like an altar on me at all times. So a grappling hook requires string, shroud spores, and scrap, and I may have already known that because I already have the scrap that I needed for it, and the spores, and I think I just need the string. Ta-da! Grappling hook is done. So once you have it, equip it. It goes into your grappling hook slot, which is a unique slot. And then the other recipe that I think at this point would be useful to pin would be the glider. And given that there's synergy between the tower and the glider, I'll just spend a second to get the resources for the glider, because I'm basically all the way there. So I need 2 more shroud wood, 2 more string, and 2 more animal fur. Come on, wolves. Just attack me already. They're so disobedient. So there's the string. I think there's like a wolf den this way, if I recall from playing before. The starter area is not an area I like hung out in much, but I will show you at the very least what the grappling hook allows you to do, which is pretty neat. So it requires stamina, but it allows you to latch onto these anchor points and climb. So, and it also can allow you to swing. Oh, well, it would help if I did it right. It also allows you to swing like that. It's a very handy terrain traversal tool. And in some cases, you are required to have one. Like, there are parts of the map that we've already been turned away, but there's parts of the map that, you know, you can't get to without one. Oh, scavengers, perfect. I wanted to kill some of you guys. And wolves. That'll be useful. Gimme your fur. Oh, you're just all skin and bones. Well, I picked up 1 animal fur from stuff I blew up. It's a start. Using terraforming tools or explosives, forge a path through the rubble. Oh, yeah, and in this case, there was a chest underneath with a wand. So this is a better one that I started off with. This is the self-made one. I'm just going to destroy it. And this is the one that can be upgraded. So it has mana regen, overcharge, and it does fire and ice. Eventually, once upgraded a bit. Let's see if, I'm not sure this will work. Let's see if I can intentionally blow up this repair bench for metal. Now I got bone. I might have, on that second throw, like, destroyed any resources I could have obtained. Careful with the shipment. Take care of the new shipment from the valley. The merchant said it was highly volatile. Apparently, explosives explode if jostled or tossed about. Who'd have known? Yes, well, good call there. Explosives explode. The game's tutorial, ever useful font of information. There is a flame altar with base improvements quest over this way. But I'm really only looking for animal fur. I was hoping to run into like a wolf by now. At this point, I'm like wandering pretty far away from base. Come on, wolves. And then I also just need one more shroud, or 2 more shroud wood. Which is usually not that hard to come by. Any wolves in here? No? Huh. Pile of rubble looks sus, like there was treasure in any of it, but nope, apparently not. Just rubble. Now, I mentioned this before, but you can flame altar claim just about anything you want. Cities, I would tell you to be avoided, because you can screw up quests, but like these little shanty shacks generally don't have quests linked to them. So if you wanted like a house like, well, this one needs to be lockpicked, but if you wanted a house like this one, you could claim it no problem. In sickness and in health, Yolanda is still weak. She can barely lift her head. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, not part of the main quest, but, rest in peace, you two. Nothing like looting a whole campfire. It's like, I don't think campfires work like that, but sure. Knives. So knives, unlike most of the melee weapons, use dex as a damage stat, not strength. So generally, when you make a character, you're going to decide whether you want to be, if you're going melee at all, whether you're going to be strength or dex based. Dex would be bows and knives. Strength would be one-handers, two-handers, just about everything else that isn't a dagger. At least for now, I'm going to stay axe. I did mention it is stupidly easy to respec. The game makes it very inexpensive. So, if you want to try other... Oh, that's my felling axe. If you want to try different weapons and different builds, it takes just about nothing at all to respec. Just a few runes here or there. It's not a big deal. So, the game allows you to have plenty of experimentation. Good news is I'm getting lots of metal scrap, so that's going to be useful for making the remaining Rising Fighter set that I don't yet have. Oh, I hear you. It's gonna archer above my head. Oh, I know how to get you down. We'll do it like this. Are you literally right there? I think he is. No, I didn't hit him. I tried, though. Hey! Don't be rude. Just coming to say hi. Theoretically, could you unlock every skill tree? That's a fine question. I don't really know. Probably not. Like, you aren't reasonably going to get that high level. Alright, got another axe. This is a two-hander, so I will show off the difference of the two. One-handers versus two-handers. But obviously, a two-hander general will hit harder And not that much harder, because it's not that high level. But, yeah. I'll use it out a little bit. And we're getting pretty close to where we had left off, so I'm going to fast travel to the altar site, because at this point, like, we have the shroud wood, so I'm just going to double back from this fast travel into the shroud and collect the shroud wood we need for the glider, so that once we get to the top of the spire, we can glide around to our heart's content. Hey, you. Don't be rude. Get down. You can disarm traps if you want to. Personally, it's a complete waste of time. But now that we have a grappling hook, we can cross to the other side of the shroud through, you know, terrain traversal grappling rather than running the long route. And without a glider, that would be a pretty fatal drop, so I'm not gonna demonstrate how gravity works, because I think you all could assume it's bad. Actually, from here, I can't even really get down easily. Well, shoot. Time for some ouchies. Ugh. Yeah. I did warn you, fall damage was rough. That almost killed me. So, I take it back. I did demonstrate gravity, and it hurts. With a glider, of course, that would have been negated. Provided I have stamina. Do slime attacks reduce fall damage? Oh, no. And in fact, oh my god, no. Very good point. Very, very fatal. If you try to slime attack on like an edge of a cliff, and you miss the edge of the cliff, and you go down, when you land, you'll die. You'll super flatten yourself. So, you've been warned. The jump attacks can absolutely kill you in certain circumstances. So if you're at top of the scaffolding, high scaffolding, and you're trying to like drop attack an enemy, and you miss the scaffolding, you'll fall to your death. And it's a pretty dumb way to die. Very Darwin. Alright, there we go. We got the glider, we got the hook, and now we can get to the top of the spire with all that jazz. Additionally, I'm going to take some of the metal scrap that I have here. Split stack, let's do 14 of it. And we are going to process that into plates while I am out. That way, we are closer to being able to make a full set of armor. Now, this is my spare weapon. Okay. Done. And I'll demonstrate the glider in just a second. It's a squirrel suit. So you jump, and you can glide. And that's all you really need to know about it. But it will negate your fall damage too, which is really nice. So if you glide down, you can land without the fall damage. Also, these are proximity mines. So don't stand next to them when they go boom. Hey, shepherd staff. Oh, my first staff. All right, I'm going to get rid of the two-handed weapon. I don't really like them. So, here's the staff. I am out of cooked meat. Bummer. Come on, loot the frickin'... Imagine this. You've spotted a sunken stone pillars in the ruin, obscured by mounds of dirt. They stretch towards the sky like a titan stone, cold finger bones. The mark of a hidden tomb. The stairs inside lead into darkness. Torch in hand, you slip down into the uncertainty. into dread. Yet, your search drives you deeper. So whatever it is, my friend, it will be the foundation of our empire, the cornerstone of the fortress raised from soul blood. Sounds good? I know a rough location. If you take up the search, Gareth, I'll split the goods. Deal? So if I'm not mistaken, this leads to a quest. Look for hidden tomb. So the way these staves work is they cast spells. The caveat, of course, is I don't have a spell right now to cast. Eventually you'll be able to make spells to cast, and some spells are like infinite cast, so that you can just keep casting them over and over. So I'll demonstrate the shepherd staff like once I can, but I can't yet. Alright, spire time. Pretty sure oh, plants. I mentioned this before, but like collect flowers when possible. Oh, rip you, dude. Misfortune strikes like lightning. So this is more information about the hidden tomb. Because this must be Gareth? Tomb is close by. Well, that's just to my northwest, but that's not what I'm working on, so I'm not gonna worry about that. This is a scavenger warband. They often will be found, and they're not the only patrollers, but they'll often be found, like, just patrolling around. And, they're a pretty good source of loot, but, you know, is fighting. So be careful. Especially if you're in a dangerous area that is, like, higher level than you are. And in this case, the war dog has loot. Oh, it has spell charges and metal sheets. So I can demonstrate spell charges. Awesome. So yeah, I got a whole lot of like metal from that. So this is staff charges for the spell casting. So now I have 10 fireball charges. I don't really have anyone to cast it on, but I'll cast it on you. It uses mana from your top left, which is your blue bar. It's your mana pool. And boom. That's it. And there's a bunch of different types. You know, there's frost, there's fire, there's acid, etc. Different enemies are weak to different elements. So it's useful to have multiple types of elemental castings. There's also like healing spells, and in multiplayer situations you can heal other players and you can shield them and stuff like that. So spell casting is, I would, in my opinion, more useful when you're on a team, far less useful for solo. Just my opinion. You can make it work for solo, but like it's kind of hard to cast when you have no tank, because enemies don't respect your personal space, so they get up in your face. And if you're trying to cast, the stabs are two-handed, so you can't block, whereas the wands you can have a shield on, and wands generally do pretty underpowered damage, so it's really tricky to use a shield wand combo because you're just not going to do a lot of damage and your wands will break constantly. Just, again, my 2 cents. The ancient spires, beacons of light. These spires stretch to the firmament and deny entry to those who are unworthy. The ancient breed enters, but I never see them leave. I have 2 theories. The ancient spires are somehow connected to one another, and the silent ones travel between them as they please. The ancient spires serve as a burial site, Similar to the Flame Shrine, the ancients store all the knowledge of the land in the flame here when they leave. One way or another, I cannot enter. When I step on the ornate plate, nothing occurs. What a shame. Well, it's because you're not flameborn, dude. But I am. Thank you for tuning in to Enshrouded, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timer to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Flameborn.